Today's episode of Chicago Bears Now is sponsored by RexMD, the #1 leader in men's telehealth. And listen, if you're stuck in neutral in the bedroom, need a little bit boost, need some more energy, if you will, hey, let's be honest, if it's not getting up, RexMD going to help you out because you can get generic and specific brands like Viagra or Cialis to help you get into drive mode. RexMD.com/chat for a huge discount. We'll tell you more about it later on in the show. All right, it's mock draft day here on Chicago Bears Now, and today's mock draft includes some trades as the Bears currently have the #2 overall pick. Today's mock is going to feature some trades, so we'll see how many trades I make. But I want to ask you guys, what would you do with the #2 pick if you're Ryan Poles? Would you keep it and draft at #2, or would you trade it and get some extra draft capital? Let me know down in the comments, K for keep or type T for trade. I'm going to trade it, spicing things up. Today's mock draft using the Pro Football Network mock draft simulator, by the way, and all the trades I did, I didn't propose any of them. Within that simulator, you get trades proposed to you sometimes, and those are the ones I accepted, did a couple of them, so stay tuned for that. Seattle moves up from #4 to #2, and they gave me a haul. The #4 pick, the #16 pick, 34th pick early in the second round, and then the 80th pick there in the third round. So, yeah, I'll move down 2 slots, stay in the top 4 because, hey, guess what? I still get Jalen Carter, the defensive tackle out of Georgia, a player we've talked about a little bit here at Chicago Bears Now, and he would fill a major void on this defensive line, and that is at that three tech position at defensive tackle. He's a tremendous player. He can stop the run. He's got some pass rushing ability, but he's just a menace. He's just he just impacts the game in so many ways because he takes on multiple blockers. He's a hardworking guy. If you can trade down and still get Jalen Carter or Will Anderson, absolutely I'm doing that. Yes, sir. Sign me up. You need help in the interior on both sides of the football in the trenches, and Jalen Carter is a guy that could certainly help you do that. And then that brings me to the next pick, #16, which I got from Seattle. No, I'm trading again. I'm trading down because the Bucs called me and said, hey, we'll take that 16th pick. Here's #19 and #82, that #82 in the third round. So drop down 3 spots, pick up a third. Yeah, let's do it again. And yes, I get another piece in the trenches. It is Carter Skoronski, the offensive lineman out of Northwestern. So I get Jalen Carter, a defensive lineman, Carter Skoronski, an offensive lineman, filling 2 needs in the first 2 rounds. If it falls this way, you're feeling really, really good about yourself. Now, some scouts think Skoronski is a guard in the NFL. He's got short arms, kind of like Rashawn Slater did, but even shorter. Slater's been great as a tackle in the NFL, but if worst case scenario, Carter Skoronski is a great guard and he plugs in at left guard and is your Cody Whitehair replacement, I'm totally fine with that. Like, you need better offensive linemen, period, across the board. Outside of Braxton Jones and Tevin Jenkins, who are good but not special by any means, you got to get better up front, and I think Skoronski, regardless of what position he plays, is someone who gives you a chance to get much better. Now, what pick do you think is better? Jalen Carter at #4, type JC, or Carter Skoronski at #19. I think Carter's a better prospect, but the value, you could argue, is Skoronski at 19. He could go in the top 10 or 15, type JC for Carter, or type PS for Skoronski. All right, next up in my Bears mock draft, this pick via Seattle as well. #34 overall, it's Josh Downs, the wide receiver out of North Carolina. 5'10", little undersized, kind of like Darnell Mooney, similar type of player, but man, is he explosive. The last couple of years, over 2,200 yards for the North Carolina Tar Heels, 19 touchdowns. Don't get confused. This is not Daz Newsome. Newsome was more of a return specialist. Downs is actually a very good route runner. He's very QB friendly. You can throw to him underneath. You can throw to him downfield. He runs good double moves. He gets open a lot. Now, a couple weeks ago, did drop a brutal game-winning touchdown, but he's a good prospect. I think early mid-day 2 is what you're looking at there. Top 50 type of pick. I'm very comfortable taking him at #34 to get another weapon for Justin Fields and for this offense. I mentioned that today's show is presented by RexMD, and if you want to spice it up into the bedroom. If your stick shift isn't quite getting up where you want it to, RexMD is the place to go. They're FDA approved and the most trusted leader in men's telehealth, and they have sponsored this episode. RexMD has made it simple, easy, and cost-effective, very key there, to help all men out there last longer in the bedroom and feel more confident. They make getting generic and branded Viagra or Cialis very easy. It's all online, the prescription, and they even deliver it discreetly to your door. You don't have to wait in waiting rooms. You don't have to to take those embarrassing trips and have those conversations in person with those doctors. You can do it all online, and here's the deal. With their deal right now, you can get it 90% off certain brands there when you go to rexmd.com/chat. Only pay $2 per dosage. Hey! Get going in the bedroom. Get back into four-wheel drive there. rexmd.com/chat. That link is in the description and the comments of this video. Thanks to them for sponsoring today's show. And hey, gentlemen, it's going to hit most of us eventually. Erectile dysfunction. Don't need to be embarrassed about it. All right. Let's go to the next pick. Round 2, pick number 55. This pick the Bears have currently from Baltimore. It's Cedric Van Pran, the center out of Georgia. And it seems like every mock draft I'm taking a different center because you got to do something there. You got Sam Mustipher. He's not a starter. Lucas Patrick's on IR. That has not worked out. He's under contract through next year, but I don't think he's a long-term option either. Dieter Iserlin, no thank you. You have got to get better on your offensive line, and you need a center, period. Stop trying to, Lucas Patrick, Sam Mustipher. No, go get a center, whether it's in free agency or in the draft. There's some decent day 2 type of options. Van Pran, you got the kid out of Arkansas. Michigan has a center that should be like a third-round pick. Go get one of these guys or sign a Mitch Morrison free agency, and let's ride at the center position. All right, round 3, pick number 65. This is a fun weapon type of pick. Dalton Kincaid, the tight end out of Utah, and I've watched him several times this year. Go watch him on Friday night in the Pac-12 championship game. He is a beast. 66 catches, 850 yards, 8 touchdowns after Michael Mayer out of North Carolina. This is the guy, in my opinion, at tight end. Now, he's not a great blocker, but Cole Kmet has improved enough as a blocker where you run these 2 tight end sets, which the Bears have done a decent amount this year with Kincaid and Kmet. That could be a lot of fun. And with Kmet's improvement this year, and hey, you can give Justin Fields weapons on the outside with it not just being receivers. Go get him another weapon at tight end. I mean, if you go Claypool, Mooney, Josh Downs, Kmet, and Kincaid, that's fun. That's youthful. You've got real weapons there for your quarterback. I think that could be a very, very fun pick. If he's there in the 3rd round, the value's undeniable. He's very, very good. Now, speaking of college football, shout out your favorite college football team. Most of you guys know I'm a TCU Horned Frogs alum. Big game Saturday. If you win in the college football, if not, leaving it up to this fraudulent committee. So let me know who your favorite college football team is down in the comment section. All right, let's go to Braylon Trice, the edge rusher out of Washington. Round 3, number 80 overall. Good pass rusher. Needs to become a little bit more well-rounded, but he can get after the quarterback. 33 tackles, 8 sacks this year. He has good size, too, over 260 pounds, which in this 4-3 scheme, I know Eberflus and Alan Williams like at that edge position. So I think in round 3, this is a pretty good value selection. How about Tyreek Stevenson? And this is a classic Ryan Poles type of pick here as the cornerback out of Florida. Very good athlete, good size, 6'2", 210, 38-inch vertical when he was coming out of high school. So we'll see how he tests at the combine. But kind of a gamble type of corner. Gets burned sometimes but makes plays. But his athleticism will be attractive. And you need help at corner. I like Jalen Johnson. I'm still hopeful for Kyler Gordon. He's been up and down this year. Kendall Vildor, after showing some promising signs earlier in the year, I think he's kind of proven he's more of a CB4 type. If you get Stevenson in here with those athletic traits, yeah, there's going to be a learning curve, but he could be a guy that competes for a starting job as a rookie and maybe develops into a starter long term. So I like the athletic traits. We know Ryan Poles and Matt Eberflus value that as well. I think in round 3, pick number 82, it could make some sense. All right, let's go to Ivan Pace Jr., the linebacker out of Cincinnati. And by the way, Stevenson out of Miami there. I know some conflicting stuff on the graphic there. Pace Jr., though, the linebacker, number 101 overall. Really good tackler. I think with him and Sanborn, you could feel pretty good at linebacker. All right, round 4, number 131, Andrew Voorhees, the guard out of USC. And he's a talented player. Some think he could play tackle in the NFL. I think he could compete to start as a rookie, but if not, be a rotation lineman, backup lineman to start out and then work his way into being a starter. I think at the 4th round, really good value. He's helped this USC offense really kind of take that next level this season. Kenny McIntosh, the running back out of Georgia, round 5, pick number 133. And most of these mock drafts I've done, I find myself in the 4th, 5th round taking a running back. I've taken Chase Brown in one of them, Kendre Miller, now Kenny McIntosh out of Georgia. And what McIntosh does is he can run the ball and catch the ball. He's kind of a poor man's Montgomery. Physical runner, not the fastest guy, but he can catch the ball well. He's a leader for that Georgia offense. I like that quite a bit. He has a chance to, be a part of another national championship team. Over 1,000 total yards and 9 total touchdowns. I think that's pretty solid value here in the 5th round. Jalen Catalon, round 5, pick number 152, the defensive back out of Arkansas. Eddie Jackson out for the year. We'll see if they bring him back next year. I think in the 5th round, the value's good. He's a good athlete, can play some nickel, can play both safety spots, special teams. I think in round 5, you're looking for versatility, and Catalon provides that. And then no 6th round pick, but in round 7, Keandre Coburn, the nose tackle out of Texas. Really good run stopper, 5-year college player, but I think he really has good potential as a rotation nose tackle in the NFL. Has some pass rushing value, really good against the run, eats up blockers. I mean, he's about 340 pounds, so I think in round 7 the value is pretty damn good. And really the moral of this draft and why people are interested in trading down, and look, these mock draft simulators aren't a perfect science, but 2 trades early on in this draft turned into 4 extra picks. I went from the 2nd pick down to 4, got 3 extra picks there, traded down from 16 to 19, got an extra pick there in the 3rd round. Teams are going to be calling. I mean, if that's why, obviously we want the Bears, if they win games, it's not the end of the world. But if they're losing games, there is a benefit potentially come draft season, because Ryan Poles wants to build through the draft, and if he can get extra picks, that's going to be certainly very enticing to him. So let's sprint through this one more time, get a little recap here as this was my mock draft. A couple trades here. Jalen Carter, number 4 overall, the DT out of Georgia. Peter Skoronski, the offensive tackle out of Northwestern, as I ended up picking up an extra first-round pick there. Josh Downs, the receiver out of North Carolina, at pick number 34. Cedric Van Pran, the center out of Georgia, there in the 2nd round. Early 3rd round, Dalton Kincaid, the tight end out of Utah. Braylon Trice, the edge out of Washington. Tyreek Stevenson, the corner out of Miami, Florida there. Ivan Pace Jr., the linebacker out of Cincinnati, there at pick number 101. And then to wrap things up, Andrew Voorhees, the guard out of USC in the 4th round. Kenny McIntosh, the Georgia running back, in the 5th round. Jalen Catalon, the Arkansas defensive back. Then Texas defensive tackle Keandre Coburn, wrapping things up at pick number 197. 12 picks in total. Grade this mock draft with trades A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know down in the comment section below how you felt I did, A, B, C, D, or F. And I'll be reading your comments here on today's show. And please subscribe if you want more mock drafts. I told you guys my goal is to do a mock draft a week from here on out until the NFL draft. Now, if you guys don't want that, then let me know. We can certainly revisit them, but the views in the audience suggest that you guys have been liking them so far. So if you are a fan of mock drafts, and if you want to do more mock drafts with trades like this one, please subscribe. We'll continue to do it for you guys, and we'll see you next time here at Chicago Bears Now.